Okay, so given this problem up above, this is similar to like the first problem you had to do. So given this information, I'm going to go ahead and make a drawing for each angle A and angle B. So angle A has to be here, and this is going to be A. And based on what it tells me, I'm going to set this up as 2 and 1. And when you do Pythagorean theorem, you'll get square root of 3. Then our other angle will go down here based upon where it says it's located. This is going to be B, and that's going to be now -2 and -3, and that's what you really have to be careful with because this is definitely a problem I saw. So then when I figure this one out, it's going to be square root of 13. So if I go to do sine A plus B, I'm going to do sine A cosine B plus cosine A sine B. And you'll see that right here, since it's a plus sign, I take the plus sign here and the plus sign here. I'm going to replace A and B with, in this case, I got sine A, so I'm going to look at my triangle A, and sine A is going to equal 1 over square root of 3, and then I'm going to multiply that by cosine B. Well, cosine B is -2 over square root of 13. Then you have a plus sign. Then we go on to cosine A. Well, cosine A is going to be 2 over the square root of 3. And then sine of B is -3 over square root of 13. So when you multiply this all out over here, we're going to get -2 over the square root of 39. Plus, this is going to end up being a negative as well, -6 over the square root of 39. So since my denominator is the same, I can combine these, giving me the square root of 39 on the bottom. And I got -8 on top. Please keep in mind we can't leave a radical on the bottom, so we're going to have to simplify that, giving me -8 square root of 39 over 39. And whoops! Hold on, I dropped my pen. It's not good. Hopefully it still works. And that would be my final answer since 8 and 39 cannot reduce. Okay, so I hope that helps. Of course, you've got cosine A plus B right next to it if you want to practice with this one. Then let's go into another similar problem. Whoops. Let's go into, I'm going to do a couple of these. So let me slide this over just a little here. So looking at this first one, you can see how this right here is sine A cosine B. So if I go over here, I can see that right here. So this is going to be sine A plus B. Well, this is angle A and this is angle B. So that means I have sine, and it's going to be 19 pi over 36 plus 11 pi over 36. So then if you simplify that, you get sine of 30 pi over 36, which will reduce to sine of 5 pi over 6, which gives me an answer of sine pi over 6. Hold on, I gotta think. This is over there, so it'll be of 1/2. I think that's right. Okay. So then, same thing here, when you look at this one, well, that's cosine, so that's going to be this one. Since it's plus, it's going to be minus, so it's going to be cosine A minus B. I'll leave that for one for you to do. Tan, you'll notice in this case, is 1 minus tan squared. Well, that one's down here as a double angle. Okay, so that means this is my angle theta, and I'm going to say tan, the double angle times 105, which will give me tan of what? 210. which is the 30 past the 180. So tan down there, they're both negative, so it's going to be positive. And let's see, that one's going to be the square root, that's going to be 1 over the square root of 3. They're both negative, so it'll be positive, which will give me the square root of 3 over 3. Okay, the next one is going to be this one right here, which is a cosine double angle. So you can take cosine and you do 2 times pi over 8, which will give me cosine of pi over 4, which is the square root of 2 over 2. Okay, so notice at no point did I plug in the values for it. These all remained angles. And then I found the answer once I finished with it, especially on the previous page. When you do sine of angle A, make sure you don't take the values from your triangle. Sine of angle A is not going to be that 3/5. It's not going to be sine 3/5. It's going to be sine of angle A. So sine of angle A, just look at the triangle and what is that sine. Okay, so then let's go on the next. So here we have a double, well, we're going to solve. This is one thing you need to be really careful with. I saw students dividing and making things cancel out, which makes them disappear, which means you're losing answers. So this right here is our double angle right here. So I'm going to write it out as 2 sine theta cosine theta. And then don't forget we have this sine theta, and it equals cosine theta. We're going to want to solve this, which means we need to get it equal to 0. So I'm going to do 2 sine. There's 2 of them, so I'm going to put sine squared theta cosine theta minus cosine. Notice I did not divide by that cosine. If you divide by that cosine to make those cosines cancel out, you will lose answers. So now I'm going to factor out cosine theta, which is going to leave me with 2 sine squared theta minus 1 equals 0. So then from this, that means I have cosine theta equals 0, and I have 2 sine squared theta minus 1 equals 0. This is going to end up being sine squared theta equals 1/2. So sine theta equals plus or minus 1/2, the square root of 1/2, which would be plus or minus the square root of 2 over 2. Okay, so now on the this is saying between 0 and 360 degrees. You really need to pay attention to that. I had people give me answers in radians when it asked for degrees, etc. So make sure you give it in the proper, sorry, I had to take a drink, proper unit. So cosine, where does cosine equal 0? Cosine equals 0 at 90 degrees and at 270 degrees. Okay, then down here, where does sine equal the square root of pi over 2? Well, that's going to be at 45 degrees, 135 degrees, 225 degrees, and 315 degrees. I think those are them. I think those are all the 45s. Okay, so then it's always a good idea to plug these back in and check them because they may not all work. Okay, so just to double check, for example, if I were to check 90, I could say sine 2 times 90 is going to be 180 degrees times sine of 90 degrees, and that's supposed to equal cosine of 90 degrees. Well, sine of 180 degrees is 0. Sine of 90 is 1, and cosine of 90 is 0. So 0 equals 0, so check, that works. Okay, so it's always a good idea to check those. I think this is the last one. If you have any other questions, you can come in tomorrow. I'm not going to do the angular and linear velocity. They're basically just like the warm-up we did the previous day in class. You move forward and then you undo it. So in this proof, I'm going to go with cotan A, and then I'm going to prove sine 2A and 1 minus cosine 2A. I need for you to make sure that you're following those same old rules. I had some that it was just chaos. I didn't even grade them. If it's a proof, it should be very neat. It should have my equal signs down a line. So at this point, all I can really do is I'm going to expand it out. So sine 2A equals 2 sine theta cosine theta. all over 1. And now I have to figure out which one I want to do of all these cosine ones. Okay, so I'm thinking, I had to stop and do it so I could think about it. I'm going to do the 1 minus cosine squared, right? 1 minus cosine 2a. So 2a is cosine squared theta minus sine squared theta. Okay, so that's going to give me 2 sine theta cosine theta. Some of you on your proofs also stopped a little early. And if you don't show some of those steps, you know, it kind of makes it look like to me, okay, do you actually know it? What's going on? Okay, so now I have something like this. Well, I happen to know that 1 minus cosine squared is, and I didn't know what I was going to do. I just went to see where I was going to land. This right here is sine squared theta plus sine squared theta. So that's going to give me 2 sine squared theta. So I got 2 sine theta cosine theta over 2 sine squared theta. So now I have this will cancel and that'll cancel. And the 2's will cancel, leaving me with cosine theta over sine theta, which equals cotan theta, which is what I wanted to. Oh, whoops. I'm going to change all these to thetas. My bad. So we did end up getting back where we started. Okay, this is a longer step one, but I did try to pick problems that were a little harder than what I saw on your quiz. So once again, I hope this helps. Make sure you don't come in tomorrow thinking, oh, I got this, and you haven't done any practice. If all you do is watch this video, it's not going to stick with you. Things to really, really consider. On the first few questions, it says, say, sine A plus B, correct? And you had something like, mine was, I'm trying to remember what mine was. I'm just going to make up a triangle. So say I have a triangle here, and it's a 5, 12, 13. And then say I have a triangle down here. Well, the thing you need to remember is these numbers. So say this is a -7, a -24, and a 25. Okay, you've got to remember, where am I supposed to be drawing this, and pay attention. Now, the next thing I want you to think about is this expands. So this is not sine. Okay, so this is A and this is B. This is not sine, let's see, 12 thirteenths. Is 12 thirteenths an angle? It's not. It's a ratio of sides. Do not do that. You're going to expand it. Sine A, cosine B, plus cosine A, sine B. Now you're going to take this and you're going to go to this triangle. What is sine of that triangle? And it's going to be 12 over 13. Okay, that is what sine is. A is not the ratio of those sides, so be very careful that you actually replace sine A with it. Okay, have fun.